My favorite councilman here, and I'll be proud to say he is, Reverend Brown. I'm gonna ask if he can give us an invocation before we start this brief agenda.
Sure. Gracious and eternal God, for all that you've done for us, for the blessings of this day, for this time together as we sit around this table and we make decisions for this city of ours, as it continues to expand itself and grow in positive and meaningful ways. Bless us all. We ask it and claim it in your name. Amen.
Amen. We have one item on today's agenda, and that's the Vista Public Art Project. The Community Reinvestment Act Fund has been deferred at the request of Councilwoman Herbert. She will be present for our next meeting. And this is an exciting project. We have a representative of the Vista Guild here, Abby Anderson, along with Xavier Blake from One Columbia and Pamela as well. So first, I would just ask Ms. Anderson, can you just explain a little bit about the project for us, please?
Yes, thank you for having me today. So the Vista Guild received a grant a couple years ago that has to be used on a large-scale public art piece. And we have been considering what to do with that for a while now. And with the excitement that is coming with Finley Park in the fall of 2025, we wanted to help highlight a part of the Vista, but also help bring people to Finley Park as well. So after lots of discussions, we decided that we would love to put a art installation, a lighting installation inside the Lincoln Street Tunnel in hopes that it would bring people to the Lincoln Street Tunnel, use the Vista Greenway, and then also, flow people through that to the new Finley Park. So we were hoping to possibly do it by next fall in conjunction with the opening of Finley Park. So we ask for your thoughts and approval to use this as a city-owned right-of-way, I guess, and your support as we continue to move forward with One Columbia and finding an artist to help do this.
How much was the grant for?
$150,000.
And it was initiated when, Abby?
So it was, I call it a grant. It was more of a donation that we received about 2 years ago. And so we've just been trying to pinpoint the best way to do this large-scale public art piece.
Okay. That's 150?
Yes.
My understanding it was an anonymous donation, or do you all know the donor?
We know the donor.
Okay. That donor is very appreciated.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's what we thought. This is a great opportunity for us. We like to do public art pieces every year as part of Artista Vista, which we work with One Columbia, but those are typically $20,000. And so I think that this is just going to be a big impact with a $150,000 piece.
Mm-hmm. And this is, as far as I'm aware of, this is really the first proposed public art project to go through this committee since the new policy has been set.
It is. We're happy to be the guinea pig for that with you guys.
How has the policy been treating you so far?
Good. It's been good. This is step one, right?
Step one.
Yes. Yeah. So.
Does that mean we approve it and we can go home?
I hope so. Yeah.
For the public's own edification, the application was submitted by the Vista Guild. You have in here a letter expressing community support. Actually, I believe there's two letters. One from...
So we have one that's community support from the Arsenal Hill neighborhood, and then we have one that's the neighborhood support, which is from the Vista Neighborhood Association. And then Tyler provided a letter on behalf of council for our support as well.
And Councilman McDowell has also indicated his support on the application as well. And so from here, if there are any questions, Mr. Simons, that you have?
Not at all. I think it was thoroughly done.
Thank you.
I do love the idea of doing something like that in the Lincoln Tunnel, especially with Finley Park coming on as well. So I think it's a great opportunity.
Well, it's going to be an advantage for us. It's going to be an advantage. Mm-hmm. And for lack of a better word, the whip appeal is going to be excellent.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That being done in the Lincoln Tunnel is going to give this community, and particularly this part of the community, a real glow of radiant hope. Mm-hmm. We're glad you're here, and we're glad we're getting this thing done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This time, I'd like to entertain a motion from the committee to endorse the project as submitted, and so that will move forward through the proposed placement policy that we set.
So move, Mr. Chair.
Second, and that's enough to get it done.
Awesome. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Can I also, I know that this is just an additional thing, but we also sent you our public art placement plan, which has more information about that in it. And we would love to just potentially have this proposed to you at some point in the future for an approval for all of our future art. Don't need to do it now, but I just wanted to make sure that everyone had a copy of this so that we have all of our potential future art projects for the next like 5 to 10 years in here. And if some are in the city right away, we would just love for you to get a glimpse of what that would look like.
Abby, is it any way you could marshal that out to us?
Yes,
Okay, good.
I will.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any further discussion for the good of the order?
And of course, the next step would be to go to One Columbia and spend that time, and they'll assess it. And then once you all assess it and can give your evaluation of it, it'll come back.
Come back to council,
It'll come back to this committee.
then to council.
Right, and then once you all decide if you want to move it forward, then it'll go to full council for vote.
So we would like to work with One Columbia to help us with the RFQ for this process. And so that's our next phase, is to work with Pamela and Xavier to make sure that they're sending out the RFP for artists to find that. And then once we kind of get that nailed down, then we would bring it back to you to show you what our proposal for the actual location is.
Good.
Okay, just making sure. Thank you.
Good.
And Mr. Blake, any questions about that? Is that y'all's understanding as well?
Yeah, I
That's
just,
the one question about the commissioning part of it, because right now it's not a hard.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah, that was the one question concern we had about the commissioning aspect of it, because right now it's just out of a proposal. But when the RFP goes out in terms of who's going to do the project, we'll need to come back in front of council again. And can this approval go for being done?
That's correct.
Yeah. And also, I think it's a really good use of public art. Being a lighting installation in that tunnel also, it'd be beautiful, but also add a level of safety. So I think that's a really smart and creative way to kind of think about using public art and how we can make it more effective for the
And
city.
that's important.
Yes, sir.
The safety feature adds a different level.
Correct.
I think a higher level of security.
Yeah,
Not only for art purposes,
exactly.
but for security purposes.
Absolutely.
And that's why we are all in favor of that. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Because I think it's a way to think about using public art in different ways. Now, we love art for art's sake, but art can also do other things. It's really nice to
People
see.
feel safer too walking through a tunnel that's full of art versus walking through a dark tunnel.
100%.
Put a light at the end, right?
Yeah, so thanks for Mr. Gill and Abby for bringing it on to us for sure. Thank you all too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second. Thank you.